Hello, everyone, and welcome to a mini episode or review, whatever you want to call it. I did say last week that I would not have a full episode of the podcast this week, but that's just because I'm across the country and I'm nowhere near my computer, so I have to use my phone for this. But I did tell you guys that if I were to see The Nice Guys, Neighbors 2, or Angry Birds movie, that I might do like a short little review for you guys, so you guys can have that. In order to, have something until next week, So what I reviewed, or what I saw today was The Nice Guys. This is written and directed by Shane Black, and it stars Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling, and some other people that are barely even in the movie. But it's mainly about them two, and I'm not alone. Since I am here for my brother's graduation, like I told you guys last week, I have my brother here with me, so he's going to review the movie as well. His last final was actually film theory and criticism, so he should be better at this than me. So, Taylor, go ahead and say hi to the peeps out there that are listening to this.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Taylor. I'm the grad. But yeah, we did see the Nice Guys tonight, and well, I thought it was really good. I just want to say one thing. I thought the time period in the 70s, that it was very authentic, and that in no way or shape or form it was ever broken, and that I thought, oh, wow, that's so 1990s of you guys. I just really enjoyed that aspect, but that's just a little starter for you guys, so we'll just continue.
Yeah, that's a great way to open it. And first of all, I gotta say that it's pretty weird to go to the state where the film industry lies and to walk into a United Artists theater chain, which I haven't seen one of those in forever, and I haven't been in a non-stadium seating theater in I don't even know how long. So it was like going into an old school theater, which is perfect because this movie was set in the 70s, so it added that, I guess, nice little touch, that little flavor to it. So yeah, that was a great way to start it off. So yeah, I was really excited to see this movie. I've been looking forward to it for years. I cannot stress this enough. If you guys have not seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, you need to see it. Why? Because it's from the same filmmaker, and it's one of the funniest movies ever made. So have you seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
Actually, no, I have not.
Yeah, you need to see it. Robert Downey Jr. is in it, and he's in there with Val Kilmer, and it's pretty much the same plot line. They have to go solve a murder, not from a porn actress, because that's what the Nice Guys is about, but they have to go follow some murder or whatever, and it's pretty funny. You should check it out. But yeah, no, The Nice Guys. Once I heard that he was doing this movie after Iron Man 3, because it's the same director, that I was really excited. And when I saw the trailers, I was completely sold, and I was not disappointed. So what we're going to do is do what I usually do for the reviews for you guys. I know this is really weird because I usually have a full show, and I don't really just do the movie reviews, but I'm going to try to make this work. So let's start with the directing and writing. Now, when you see Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's kind of got that structural story where it's engaging. It's like a caper, a murder mystery, and the dialogue is super snappy, quick. It's funny. It's really smart the way it's written. It's kind of like jokes you never even heard of before. So to start with the writing, let's start with some of the pros, is that this is a Shane Black movie. This is also the guy that wrote the first Lethal Weapon. So he knows how to do buddy cop type of movies, and this movie's no different. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was entertaining. It was, the mystery of it wasn't that intense. When the person comes up, you kind of know that they're the bad person. It's not that hard to point out, but it felt like an old school type of movie you would see in the 70s, and I really kind of felt that. I felt that we were transported back in time. Heck, the movie even starts out with 70s music with the Warner Brothers logo in their 70s fashion with the W or whatever. So, yeah, for the way it was written, I thought it was entertaining, it was fun, it was engaging, and it was really cool to see Ryan Gosling kind of play like a wimp role, because he never does that, and it was kind of cool to see Russell Crowe play a funny PI guy, which is really funny because he's not technically a PI. Ryan Gosling is, but Russell Crowe is better at his job than he is, so it's kind of funny that way. But What do you think of the way the story was written and how it was constructed? What are the positives for you?
Well, I mean, I really did like that there was actually like 2 or 3 plot lines going on at the same time. Like, oh, we're trying to find this girl, and then oh, another girl got lost. So I liked how they engaged you like that. I don't like stories where it's just, oh, we'll have one plot line. I like when there's parallel editing and all that. So you're like, oh, I wonder what happened to the girl. So you're always a step ahead of the storyline. So the positives, I would say, were that. And also that there was always something that you were looking forward to. You weren't ever lost, even though it was long. As long as you stayed for the beginning and the middle, you were kind of hooked for the end. Because, I mean, like Chase said, it's not really riveting, but I mean, you do want to find out what happens. And I think the director was really going for the culture aspect, so he really wanted to entertain the audience with the '70s. And not just the plot, so, yeah.
Well, I was talking with my dad in the lobby after the movie. Dad, give me a thumbs up. You said that the costumes and the cars and stuff and all that was pretty accurate for the time. Because my parents grew up there at that time. We didn't, so I have no clue. But, yeah, the way it looked and stuff and the way it felt and the way it was kind of edited and put together was kind of like that fast, like, 70s buddy cop type of movie. One of the, I guess, cons I have with the movie is character-wise, is that the bad person and the bad people, I understand their motives. It was there. It was clear. I get it. But they weren't in it that much. It was kind of like they were in the background, like, puppeting the other people in the whole situation. So for me personally, I can't spoil anything because I feel like if I say anything, it's going to ruin it. But let's just say the villains, the bad people, I understood what they were going for, but ultimately I didn't. There could have been more of them. And this doesn't really spoil anything, but the movie just kind of ends. There's really no conclusion. I mean, there's a conclusion, but there's not really like a definitive like conclusion. It's just kind of like it ends, and then you can see it continuing on, which is not a bad thing. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted on it, but what did you think about the villains and the way they're portrayed? Do you think they should have been on screen more? Or were you fine with the amount that they were on, or like what about that?
Well, for some of them, for a certain scene, the off-screen shooting, that was fine. If you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But there's 2 or 3 characters that were only on screen for, I don't know, 2 or 3 scenes, and I thought the writers could have brought them out a little bit more, not like their history, but maybe like some more conflict with them. I felt like they were in the film way too fast, and that the main characters, they had a conflict with them, but I felt like there could have been a more conflict if the bad guys were in the film a little longer, so the audience would understand why there's a big conflict. You realize what the conflict is, but I feel like they could have approached it a little better and actually stretched it out just a little bit just to see why they're doing this and the way they are. So.
Well, it's true because there's one character in particular that literally shows up in the last 20, 30 minutes of the movie, and he's just there. And I get why he's there, but if he was that pivotal to the plot, he should have been in there earlier and stuff. So besides that, I mean, this is a straight-up fun movie. It's entertaining. It's funny. It's got, like, that dark, twisted humor that Shane Black has. Like, I'm telling you, if you have not seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, go watch it. Go treat yourself. It's pretty hilarious. But, yeah, that would be my only cons, to be honest with you, is just the villains and the bad guys. Other than that, they were kind of underdeveloped. But the crazy thing is, Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling's character, they were kind of underdeveloped themselves, but we knew just enough on that surface to where we knew a little bit more about their characters. Because there's like literally one scene where Russell Crowe tells Ryan Gosling his backstory, and that's all we need to know. Ryan Gosling does the same thing. He gets drunk, and he tells his backstory, and that's all we need to know. But for some weird reason, it irks me when the villains are underplayed because they just seem forced and rushed, like what Taylor said. But with the main characters, it's weird because it's the same exact way, but I felt like that was a little bit more complete. But maybe it's because we spent more time with them on screen. That could be it. But as far as the way it's directed, like I said, swift, fast, fun. He really created like the atmosphere of the '70s and stuff, and the props look cool, the costume design, all that stuff. He really captured that tone, the essence. It's fun. So let's move on to the acting. Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, oddly enough, have great chemistry. Ryan Gosling is Canadian and Russell Crowe is Australian. So it's kind of weird to see them two work out, because you never would have thought in a million years that the Gladiator and the guy from The Notebook would have great chemistry. But hey, that's why I'm not a casting director. But I thought their chemistry was great. I thought them bouncing off one another was really great. Like I said in the beginning, this is kind of a weird role for Ryan Gosling. He's a little more laid, or kind of wimpy a little bit, and Russell Crowe is he's a little bit more hard edge. So it is kind of weird to see them flop, but I really like their chemistry overall. And even though they were underplayed, like Kim Basinger is in the movie, she's good for what she is, but I mean, she's barely even in there. Matt Bomer. I'm going to be honest with you, he's the guy that shows up within the last 20 or 30 minutes. It doesn't ruin the movie. I'm just saying that, like, he's there. And they're fine, but you mainly go to see this movie for them two, because if Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe did not work, this movie would have not worked whatsoever. So that's pretty much what I have with the acting. I have no cons with the acting. And I got to say that the little girl that played Ryan Gosling's daughter, she's really good, so I would like to see her in more movies. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the acting. So what did you think of the acting overall and their chemistry and whatnot?
Overall, the acting, they don't ever break character, which is nice, obviously. But I just want to talk about the two main guys. And you have Russell Crowe that has that like stern look, and he looks like he gets his stuff done. Then you have Ryan Gosling. He's kind of like your pretty boy, that he's not really going to go out and kill people. Then you realize that he's the same guy as Russell Crowe. So the chemistry of yin and yang really fit nice in this movie because they complement each other. And in the movie, you do see Ryan Gosling try to be tough, and you do see Russell Crowe like trying to be like, when he's telling his backstory, he's like trying to be open and everything. So it's a nice touch to do that because it's like character development a little bit, and it just makes the story a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have them both vulnerable, and you need to have them both hard edge at the same time. And it's like what he said, Russell Crowe is the hard edge one, and towards the end, he's actually like a lovable teddy bear. And then Ryan Gosling, he's a little wimp, but then he eventually finds his way as a PI and does his thing. So yeah, the chemistry's off the hook, and I don't know, like, which one's better, this one or Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, because Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer have some really great chemistry, so I have no clue, but as far as this movie goes, it totally works. Moving on to the cinematography, the thing I love about, like, movies, like, set in the 70s or, like, 60s, it's got, like, kind of like that, like, golden glow around of it. Like, it looks like a nice Hollywood movie. Like, that's what it looks like. So the cinematography is really crisp and clear. The colors of the costumes and the backgrounds, like, they pop out. They're really rich and they're saturated and then just kind of draw your eye. Like, the 70s is pure eye candy, like, with the music and the costumes and the cars and stuff. It's really great to look at, and the cinematography adds kind of like I said, that extra, like, flavor to this type of movie set in this decade and stuff. So I thought it looked really great, and like I said, it has kind of like that 70s glow to it. So like I said, it felt like I was watching a movie out of my own time. But what did you think of the way it was shot?
I thought it was great. If the director did it, let's say in like daylight color, which is like more of a blue tint, it wouldn't have been that great, because the orange or the tungsten flavor of the screen, it made it seem like it was made on film. So you're thinking, oh, this is from the 70s. You get caught up into the movie, and you start realizing, oh, wow, this is really authentic. It's orange. It's glowy. I don't know. When I think of the 70s, I just think of, like, it's not crisp and clear. It's a little fuzzy. So he didn't make it like super clear. He just made it orange, and it brought out the 70s costumes and props just a little further, because I mean that's just how the 70s were, especially for the movies as well. So just had that feel for it.
Yeah, it's definitely shot really well, and what's really weird is if you watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, I know I keep referencing this movie, but I'm not even joking. It literally has like the same flow to it. It's set in modern time, I believe, but it still has like a 70s kind of like old school feel to it. So that's what that director does really well. And like I said, he's the guy that wrote Lethal Weapon. That was a huge hit in the 80s, so he knows how to create his atmosphere for sure. Moving on to the editing, as far as like the pros go, I think overall it was edited quite well. It was fast, it was engaging, and it's like what Taylor said. If you're not hooked in at the beginning, you're not going to be hooked at all. And if you like kind of like those murder mysteries or whatever, I think you'll. I mean, this movie starts out with a bang, literally. I mean, it's. I don't want to spoil the way it starts, but it starts out literally grabbing you by the throat and not letting go. Moving on to the cons, I don't know if you noticed this, but there was a few scenes where like the editing was really weird. Like it would cut to like Gosling's reaction, and then it'd be kind of like really awkward, then go to someone else. They would say something, go back to his reaction. There was a couple scenes like that where it was just really awkwardly edited and didn't really flow well. It was really choppy, and I don't know if they were going for reaction shots or what they were going for, but it just didn't work for me. But overall, I would say like 99% of it is fantastic. It's engaging, it's fast, and it's definitely one of the more entertaining movies of the year for sure. So what did you think of the way it was kind of like paced together and put together?
Well, overall, I really liked it, especially for the action scenes. They were edited very well, and it seemed very nice to me. But yeah, when they were like, for example, sitting down in booths, there were a few times where the continuity of their faces was a little off. Like Ryan Gosling might smirk a little bit, and then his reaction might be a completely different emotion. I'm like, whoa, what was that? But I mean, like Chase said, that's only like 1% of the film. It's mostly like action packed. But it didn't really bother me. I mean, it did for like the first few seconds, but you get over it after you see the action scenes. You're like, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. So overall, I mean, it was pretty good. So
yeah, I mean, and just to wrap this review up, the editing wasn't that big of a deal because you were immersed in this world. Like I said, I felt like I was watching something in the 70s. I felt like we were in the 70s as we were watching a movie that just like came out on a regular schedule or whatever. But overall, I think it's fun, it's entertaining, it's funny, it's got dark, twisted sense of humor. Case in point, dark comedies are really interesting to judge because when you go see them in theaters, you'll have something will happen on screen, like someone getting shot, and then you'll have someone laugh, but then you'll have another joke that's like kind of more subtle, and then you have someone else laugh. So the humor kind of hits on different points with different people. Like some people might find violence really funny, or they might find I don't know, like a crude joke really funny. It just depends, but like this movie's got it all. It's got little bits of dark humor, just slapsticky humor, but it all works because of the tone. It's very consistent and whatnot. So I recommend this one highly. However, here's the big but, is that I was thinking about it. I like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang more than this movie. I'm going to say that I was a little underwhelmed by this movie. I don't know, maybe because I put all that hype on myself, but overall, I still really enjoy it. I still recommend you go see it, but unlike my colleagues, I cannot give this anywhere in the A range. I'm going to go ahead and just go right down the middle of the Bs, and I'll just give it a straight-up B. I think it's a pretty good little murder mystery caper, whatever you want to call it, a B for me, and that might change. I might go see it again and whatnot. Might have a higher grade, but as of right now, I still highly recommend it. I'm not going to blow it out of the water and give it like an A or A plus or anything. So I'm going to give it a B. So on the letter grade system, what would you give it?
On a letter grade system, I'd probably give it a B plus, and this is why. For the difference between 100, the length I felt was a little long. Obviously, for the plot structure, you need the length, but I felt like they could have not taken out scenes, but maybe shortened them a little bit, like get to the point a little faster. But the reason why it is B+ is that I really did like the chemistry between Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling's character, because Ryan Gosling, he would always be serious and then just do a funny expression or a funny joke. And I like movies where they're not 100% serious. And the way this film was structured, it was nice to have that that comedy relief, and because it gives them more of that realism effect and not too serious. Because in real life in the 70s, that's probably what would have happened, especially if you're, drunk and everything. I thought it was true to its culture, especially since it's LA. That's all about sex, drugs, and alcohol, and women and pornography. Like that was accurate to a T. I really loved the shooting scenes. Those were really good. I liked the way it was shot and everything. The acting was great. But as far as the difference, I would have to say it would be the length of the film, and every now and continuity. That irked me a little bit. But yeah, I would give it a B+, and I would recommend to at least go see it. Like, it might not be a perfect film, but yes, if you are into that buddy cop type movie, it's definitely interesting, because most of the movies that come out are 2016, 2015, which they're great, but it's nice to have a film from the 1970s to have that cop relationship, just because you're like, oh, that's cool. It gives you a little break from the traditional buddy cop we see in theaters nowadays. So I would definitely recommend that.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best of the year, and I know a lot of people are going to chastise me for this, because I gave it a B, and like my friend like Brian and other people that I know, they're going to give this movie A's or higher and stuff. Listen, I highly enjoy it, and I'll probably see it again, but I'm just letting you know that maybe I was a little bit underwhelmed, but I still enjoyed myself, so that's why I'm going to give it a solid B, and I would recommend anyone to go see it in theaters if you want to see something different, like he said, because this is it's nice to take a break from the superhero movies and big blockbusters and stuff, because as much as I'm a fan of those movies, I do like to take a break and do the smaller movies and stuff. I watch indie films that were made on a budget of $5 in a Snickers bar, and then I'll watch Captain America next week that's $250 million. So I'm all over the place, but I overall enjoyed this one. So what did you guys think of The Nice Guys? Comment in the place where open my face and let me know. And before we go, Taylor, go ahead and let people know where they can find you on your social medias. Now, he's going to be a little modest, but he's got thousands of followers on Vine, so you might want to go follow him on there, because he's more popular on there than anything else. So where can the people find you?
I usually stick with the same username. It is Little Leroy Lee, so that's LITTLEEROYLEE. That's Little Leroy Lee. That's for Twitter, Instagram. On Vine, I don't think you can find me with that username, so just search Taylor Lee. And I think I have around 60,000 followers, and if that matches, that's me. Go ahead and shoot a follow for those, and comment, and I would gladly talk to anyone about any movie. So, yeah, thank you for having me today, Chase.
No problem. And hey, listen, if you like him to be on future episodes or whatever, I command that 5 of you comment down below and let me know if you want him back on. If that's true, I'll get him back on, and I'll do like a Skype call or something. So, yeah, if you want to follow me, it's at Real Chase Lee. And yeah, so like I said, this is really awkward because I don't ever do these. I do full episodes. So once again, the next full episode of Real Me and Cole in a Movie Podcast will be next week, episode 131 with X-Men Apocalypse. It's going to be a pretty great one. But until then, this has been I guess a mini or a podcast mini review. Let's just call it that. A podcast mini review of The Nice Guys. So we'll see you guys later, and goodbye. Like I said, this is really awkward. I don't know how to end this. Oh, yeah, and I have to mention, I think it's really funny that two people born in the 90s are saying that this movie hits the culture just right, because obviously we know everything. So, all right, so we'll see you guys later, and have a good day, good night, whenever you listen to this. Bye-bye.